In this part, we are going to learn about some of the most important Adminportal options. Adminportal is automatically created when we install the application, and is the administrator with the highest level in our Quantic. Adminportal normally is the domain administrator, if one is required, and it has exclusive access to the following structure options. He is responsible to designate delegated administrators, is the only one that can do that, and also has access to the following structure options. Execute maintenance scripts, process tasks, actions and systems task cleanup, actions on processes, reactivation and transfer between versions, resume blocked and stopped processes, control permissions in structure options of the delegated administrators, and access the application encryption keys. Let's see where we can find all these options. In structure, Adminportal, and we have the following options: delegated administrator, special actions, permissions in structure options, and encryption keys. Let's go now to the installation to see all this. So if we go to structure and Adminportal, we can see the different options we just saw in the PowerPoint presentation. If we click on the first one, delegated administrator, we can see that we have two delegated administrators in this case. So if we go and log into the application as AP4, for example, okay, and we go to structure, we can see that we cannot access it. So let's go back to where we were and add a delegated administrator. So let's add AP4 admin. Accept selection, okay, and it's here now. So if we go in as AP4 now, okay, we should be able to access structure because we have been granted permissions, okay? So as we can see, we can get in structure now. Let's go back to Adminportal and see the second option, special actions. And here we can see that we have scripts, cleanup, actions on processes, and resume processes. In the first one, scripts, we can delete orphan files, delete and link fields, truncation of BPM database, log file, change URL, and several options. Cleanup, we can delete processes, delete orphan tasks, delete orphan system task classes, and delete orphan actions. So for example, let's see delete processes. So first of all, I have to select the class of processes. Let's choose this one, for example, product request. Proceed, and here we have all the initiated processes, all the finished ones, the draft one. As we can see, we can filter by date, reference, theme, status, okay, if it's initiated, finished, stopped, or draft. So for example, let's delete one, this one, 16, and delete. If we wanted to delete several, we just have to select them all and then click on delete select lines. Okay, so we will get a warning message to confirm the deletion of the selected process of this class. Enable confirm, yeah, we've done it, and delete process. Process successfully deleted, so it won't appear here anymore because we have actually deleted it. Let's go now to see action in processes options. And here we have reactivation of finished processes or process transfers between versions. So let's go to the reactivation on finished processes. And again, let's choose one class of processes. Again, let's use product request. And for example, number 9 is finished. So we just have to select it and click on reactivate selected. Okay, we also get a confirm message. Okay, and it won't appear here anymore because we already reactivated it. So if I go now to reports execution, product request, and find number 9. Okay, we can see that the process is not finished. And that's why we can stop the process from here. If we haven't reactivated it, we wouldn't be able to stop the process, okay? Because it would be stopped already. So for example, if we go to one that is finished, let's check one that was finished. Like for example, number 8. Okay, so if we go to number 8 now, we will see the difference. Reports, execution, product request. And we said number 8. Okay, so as we can see, it's finished and we cannot click on stop process. Okay, let's go to see the other options. Structure, Adminportal, select actions. And in here we have process transfer between versions. So it will be as easy as to select the origin and the destination and proceed. And resume processes. This one allows me to check block processes. So for example, in situation, we can choose correct or blocked. Okay, so if we want to see if any of the processes is not working correctly or is blocked for whatever the reason, maybe because it's not been finished configuring or some other reason, we can check it here. So if I go to block, for example, say accept, and I can see that I don't have any. I'm gonna leave this empty. I could check all these block processes every day at a particular time if I configure this. Okay, so for example, we could choose to check block processes every day at 6. As you can see, we have several options here. And we can also go to status and check and filter for initiated or stopped processes. Let's put it back here. A process can get blocked because it hasn't been configured completely or because an object is not defined. I could check all these block processes at a particular time every day if I wanted to. I just have to configure this. As you can see, we have several options here. One of them is status, for example, when I can choose to see the initiated processes or the stopped ones. Let's go to the stopped ones. Okay, now before doing this, we can go as AP1, reports, product request, for example, and find one of the processes that is running, like the 26, for example, and stop it. Okay, so now we have stopped the process. If we wanted to resume the process, we can see we can do it from here. This will be really easy and really quickly. But imagine we want to resume 10 processes, then we'll have to do this 10 times and it wouldn't be as useful. So if we go back here, okay, we can see the option resume processes and it will actually resume all the processes we have here. Okay, all of them. As we can see the 26 now there, as we have just stopped it. So if we click on resume processes, we would resume all these processes, which will be much quicker. Sorry, here. Accept. Okay, so we can see we don't have any left processes here. We don't have any stop processes because they have all been resumed now. We have another option, permissions in the structure options. As we have mentioned before, Adminportal is the one that manages the delegated administrator's permissions. When we name someone a delegated administrator, they will have permissions for all the options in the structure. All the options in this page, in the structure page. Is Adminportal the one that can limit all these permissions, and we can do it from here. For example, we have seen before that AP4 had permissions to access every single part in the structure page. So let's change those permissions for AP4 now. So he can access, for example, let's go to dictionaries. And maybe so he can access public queries, for example. So we will have to add an employee group to do that. I had an employee group here that I created a while ago that is translators. And it's AP1, AP2, and AP3. As we can see, AP4 is not here. Okay, which means that if we choose this group here, okay, only AP1, AP2, and AP3 will have permission to go into public queries, but not AP4. He will have permission to access the rest of the options in a structure, but not this one, because we have just only allowed the translator employee group. So let's go to login now as AP4. Let's go to structure and find public queries. So we can see that we cannot access it. If we go to any of the other options in a structure, we will see that we can access it with no problems. Our calendars and everything. Okay? So let's log off now and log in as AP1. And as we can see, we can access public queries with no problem. And let's go now to see the last option here, encryption keys. Each installation has a unique encryption key that is created randomly and cannot be changed. When the transfer of credentials through the URL is encrypted, Aura Quantic uses the 3D ES encryption with public key and private key. We have more information about this in the knowledge base if you want to know more about this. And this shall be all for the special options that Adminportal can perform.